Hello again, YouTube. I wasn't gonna make this video, but I just had a conversation with somebody and I wanted to talk about it on video, and this is important. The quality of life in the U.S. is diminishing, and I'm gonna get into some of the reasons why. So it used to be, and I'm sure still a lot of people is gonna buy into the hype, and there'll be a lot of immigration coming over here from other countries. But I was just talking to a guy from India. He's an Indian, but he was actually born in Hong Kong and he was raised in Hong Kong. And so we got into a conversation because I be joking around with him. He speak pretty good English. So I'll be talking to him and stuff like that. And he was telling me that he never gets a day off. He wants to go back home. And he was telling me all the reasons why. And that's what I want to get into. And this one to be entitled, U.S. is losing its quality of life. Why is the U.S. losing its quality of life? Couple reasons. One is the embracing of unrighteousness. And we talked about this before. Like, when you embrace unrighteousness, it changed the whole entire atmosphere and environment. It changes the whole entire frequency. Most people are low frequency in part because they embrace things that cause the frequency to go down. So, like the unrighteousness that we see on TV, that we hear, like people be wanting to argue and be messy. Like a lot of times on even making videos on YouTube, people won't even watch the video, but then they'll be trying to argue with it. That's American life. That's how Americans are. That's why, like, the more brighter, like a lot of the brighter people, they hate going to jobs. Like a lot of them refuse to. They'd rather do DoorDash or something than go to these jobs around all these quote unquote, what Coach Greg calls normies. So he was telling me, he said he can't get a driver's license. You know, it's a waiting list on his green card. He said back home he had his driver's license. He said he was even driving sports cars. He had a sports car. He said now here he's just working in stores every day, you know, no day off. And he was saying, like, here people don't have time for each other, which is another thing, just hurting the quality of life. Everybody just hustling, trying to make it. Why? Because the landlords raise these rents to the point where you have to do nothing but work. Like if you're not a successful business person, or you ain't wrote like a ton of books and people buying them and reading them, you're gonna have to be working all the time. You ain't gonna even be thinking about other people. You're just gonna be trying to survive. And that's what he was talking about. That hurts the quality of life in any country. This is why these dudes go to third world countries and think they're better. It's not that they're better, their perspective is better. And when their perspective is better, the frequency, the vibe, the environment gives off a better aura, if you will. So these guys be thinking that these countries are better, and then when they move to them and they get to seeing everything for what it is, they have regrets. You know, so me personally, I would say, like in the United States, like Scarface, I know it was just a movie, but like he said, you got to get the money first. You get the money, then you're going to get the power to be able to travel, be able to go where you want, do what you want. But here's the problem, though. The quality of life is suffering because of thieves, scammers. And if they know how much money you got and they know where you be at, or they'll try to throw you in the trunk. That's why Milwaukee ain't really for you. Don't see rich people living in places like Milwaukee and even Detroit. You don't see it because these guys in these cities from these low income families, they will throw you in the trunk. So it just don't even make sense to be around them all the time. And they'll tear your stuff up too. Like they'll run a red light. You'll just got you a Lamborghini or something, smash right into it. So But there, what he was saying is the rich, the poor, they both get along. Like he said, the boss will be hanging with the co-workers, like going to parties and get-togethers and stuff. And and somebody I just was talking to had just came from the Philippines, and then he was saying how hot it is and they don't got air, but he ain't had nothing but good things to say about it other than that. So all this is telling me is that the United States quality of life is suffering. It's suffering. All this laying off. Remember National Lampoon Christmas Vacation? How the boss laid him off and did all that stuff to him and didn't even have to while he was sitting up in his mansion? This is what they do to people in the U.S. The rich people get bored. They can only be on so many planes, so many boats. So they want to make it, they don't like poor people, so they want to make it harder for them. We don't need some of the technologies that these rich guys is coming up with. And they trying to masquerade like they doing it to help people. No, you doing it to hurt people. You're bored. That's all it is. We don't need robots. We got people. But let's make it harder for them. Man, y'all be buying into every technology. And some of that technology is going to take your job. This is the stuff that makes the quality of life worse here too. Because think about it. A lot of people can't even enjoy themselves at the mall for worrying about what stuff costs. Can't even get yourself a pretzel with cheese. Worrying about, man, am I spending too much money? Can't even get yourself a new pair of shoes. Your old shoes talking. Look like a Sesame Street puppet at the bottom. Look like a puppet's mouth. But you, man, I'm just going to try to make it another 2 months. See, it's this kind of stuff. And then like all the propaganda leads you into being a consumer instead of being a producer. And people don't know how to go to work and work jobs every day, but yet still be a producer. They don't know how to do it. It can be done. Now, all of these things affect the quality of life. People swearing they know how much you got and trying to judge you based on what you got. And then it makes you, when you get it, it makes you not even want to deal with them. So now that's another destroyed relationship. Then you be on Facebook and you'll post a post, and then people don't like your post. So then they post a post and you don't want to like their post because they'll never like yours. So it creates like a distance between people. And then you got people, you ain't never had no fist fights with them, ain't never got into it with them, but for some reason, which you don't know and they might not even know, they got a problem with you. This is American life, y'all. This is how American life is. Then you got the people who want you to help them with their business, their books, their channel, but they ain't gonna help you. And so you don't want to help them because you know they're not gonna help you. See, all these rifts going on. All these rifts. All of this going on at the same time on American soil. While we hearing about wars, possibly with China, while we hearing about possible shutdowns over this and that, rich man bored again, but who keeping score? All of this going on at the same time is creating a negativity. And on top of that, you got all these women. You got 1 million dudes making $50,000 a year. But you want to go for the 1,500 dudes making $150,000 a year. So they smash you and they dump you. They smash you and they dump you. So now you ain't worth nothing to the $50,000 one. And if he's stupid enough to take you in, all you gonna do is disrespect him and take even the $50,000 that he got. So now you ain't worth it. So now you got all these people in apartments, in small houses, all by themselves, not even wanting to deal with each other. This is all the stuff that's affecting American life. Then you got the religion. People had enough. I'm done arguing over religion. I might say a few things, but hey, listen, You can believe what you want, man. And don't you dare talk to me about that on no job, because them days are finished. I'm retired from talking about religion at work. Anybody that try, I'm going to do them like people was doing me. I'm going to go and be like, he keep talking about religion. I don't want to talk about religion. Or politics, or dating. Throw dating in there. I'm not talking about that at work. What you think about that, man? Nothing. Man, he funny acting. I'd rather be labeled as funny acting than people targeting me and creating negative energy towards me, and I'm just trying to do my job. So all of this stuff is going on, all at the same time. All at the same time. Then you got the political stuff, you got the Democrat versus the Republican, when we really shouldn't be against each other. You vote how you vote, I vote how I vote. You vote for what you think is better, I vote for what I think is better. Even if I'm right, you don't agree with me, so why should we even talk about it? Even if you're right, I don't agree with you, so why should we even talk about it? Done. Done. All of this stuff is making it harder. Then you got the racism, can't even go to the lake because they think the lake is theirs, and you black and they white. Or the thugs at the lake messing the lake up so you can't go. They gonna end up seeing they ops and start shooting. All of this is happening on American soil at the same time. Then you got the people who messing with each other's boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, and wife. He done broke your wife off, done stretched her out. She lying about why she's loose. So you getting into it with her like you ain't never been this loose. Something ain't right. Well, that's you just insecure. I ain't do nothing. All of this is going on at the same time, man. All of it. All of it. YouTubers copying, think this content creator creative, but too small, so they start trying to use this stuff. And then some of the same ones accuse you. Wait, hold on. Some of the same ones accuse you of, give me a second. Give me 1 second. I can't see myself. Phone is dying. There we go. So some of the same ones accuse you when it's them. Stop fronting, man. Stop fronting before you get exposed. For real, man. You should be realer than this. You copying off of other people, but when they do it to you, you got a problem. You do not be acknowledging people every time, man. You don't. I know you watching my stuff, man. You ain't fooling nobody. It's a couple of y'all doing this stuff. I know what I done coined. Y'all think y'all could get this stuff past me? And I'm the one that starts saying it? So if you see them saying recreational use, elevator woman, Pukisha, there's so many things I done came up with. Panda Bear. I was the first person using the word grifter after I saw the audio version of the Outwitting the Devil. I started using the word grifter. I looked it up and started using it. But people don't want to acknowledge because they're insecure about people passing them up. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. There ain't no need to be insecure about it. But anyway, I'm gone. Thanks for watching.